Right guys, just leaving the Bothy now, and this is the big final push to Kervaig, the top of Scotland, place I've always wanted to go. It's literally 7 miles as the crow flies over there, and I'm using one of these bad boys. Not used one of them for a while, but literally there's no paths here now. There's no paths at all. Until I get up towards the Kervaig lighthouse, there are no paths. I've got to just make my own. So it will be slow going, but it'll be worth it because I can tick that off then, and then I never have to go there again. So let's slog our way over to Kervaig. I'm just about to go over a hill and lose sight of the Bothy. Let's see, can I focus in for you? There you are. There's the Bothy I was at last night, and if I slowly pan round, there's the sea stack at Sandwood Bay. So you can see how remote that guy was, because I've walked across the beach over there all the way to his little house down there. Well, I've finally entered the boundary of the military firing range at Kervaig. I've had to get permission to come through here. Well, I've had to check anyway that they weren't live firing, because the RAF dropped bombs over here, and this is where I'm now heading. It's actually a couple in front of me with a dog. I don't know if you can see them, but you know, you think you're out in the middle of nowhere on your own, and there's always some other mad heads. I've just come over all this, no paths anywhere. So yeah, let's navigate my way through this now. Do you know, sometimes I amaze myself at my own genius, and this is one of them moments, because literally I was coming over all these hills behind. Like I said, there's no paths or nothing. It's hard work as well. It's not been as bad as I thought, I'll give it that. It's not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot boggier. I thought I'd be sinking all the time, but it was alright. It was very undulating, but you know, my back was feeling it, and I'm like within like just over a mile to Kervaig, and my plan was walk up to Kervaig, having all the gear, get the photograph at the lighthouse and all that, and then from Kervaig, which is just over a mile away, walk to Kervaig, the Bothy, which is probably another 2 miles, maybe a bit longer. Get some photographs of that, and then possibly camp near Kervaig Bothy. I'm not staying in the Bothy. I've already seen dots of people heading for Kervaig with rucksacks on the back. So they're possibly going to be heading down to the Bothy. Plus, I wouldn't stay in a Bothy anyway. If there was going to be no one in a Bothy, it would have been that one last night, and there ended up being 2 people there. So anyway, my plan is go up to the lighthouse, and then over to Kervaig, and then camp somewhere near there. But then I've just spotted a wonderful camping location. It's in a little ravine, right at the side of fresh water. It's out the wind. It's away from people, which is the important thing. Kervaig's just over a mile there. Kervaig, 2.5 mile, 2 mile over there. So what I'm going to do, not carrying my gear, just carrying a water bottle, I'm going to head up to Kervaig, tick the box, go and walk to Kervaig, have a look at that, get some videos, tick the box, and then just walk back here. And I am now straight on my path for heading back to Sandwood Bay tomorrow. That's the only pain tomorrow. I've got to do that again, what I've just done. I'll be hugging the coastline a bit more because I don't have to go inland, because I'm not looking for that Bothy. You know, and possibly I could do it all in one. I could possibly do it all in one and get to my car tomorrow, but I'd be knackered. You know what I mean? I'd be killing myself just to get to my car, and then I'd have to go look for a wild camping spot. It's pointless, you know. So what I might as well do tomorrow, I'll wake up here, head back the way I came over all that military range, and then there's loads of wild camping spots near Sandwood Bay, so I might as well camp at Sandwood Bay tomorrow. That was kind of the plan anyway. So yeah, but I just thought, what a great idea. And now I don't have to carry, because Kervaig's up a hill. I've seen the top of the lighthouse from the distance over there. It's over the other side of that hill. So now he's dragging all my stuff up that hill to then drag it over to Kervaig, and then tomorrow I've got to come back this way. Might as well just pitch up on the route back tomorrow. And it's a cracking little spot, this. Only problem is I've just pulled a tick off my tent, or flicked it off, and I've got one buried in my leg. I've already pulled 3 off me on this trip, so I'll probably pick up a few more here, but I'm gonna be riddled with ticks when I get home. I'm just gonna have to deal with it when I get home. But you know what? When I envisaged doing this trip up to Kervaig, I thought it was going to be chucking it down. I was going to be sinking in bogs. I was going to get up here. I was going to be miserable as sin. It's been a glorious day. That walk's not been anywhere near as bad as I thought. It's been hard in places. I've had to go up and down big hills, and I'm not getting any younger. But that has not been anywhere near as bad as I've been dreading for years when I've thought about coming here. So let's get up to Kervaig, let's get to that lighthouse, let's tick that box. Just got my first view of Kervaig lighthouse, everybody. Look at that, the top of Scotland, the very top of Scotland. Always said I wanted to come here. I've tried to get here in the past, but for one reason or another we couldn't get access up here normally due to the military firing. But whoa, this is the top of Scotland. I'll get right up to the lighthouse, because apparently it's only when you're near the foghorn at the end that you've actually made it, and then you can't go any further. And then from that point, then from the foghorn, it's everything south for me from then. It took me a week to get to the very, very north point of Scotland with everything else I've wanted to do in between, and it's just been a week of just ticking off loads of stuff I've wanted to do. Loads of stuff, going to Corrow Station, going to Rannoch Station, Glasshouse Shield, Bothy, the Old Manor Stour, Paulaburg Caves, Inchnadanf Caves. Oh, do you know, I'm kind of topping it off with this at Kervaig. And there's still other stuff. I want to do the Hidden Valley of Glencoe on the way home while I'm going south, but made up. And the weather's been, apart from yesterday when I got hammered, and I thought I was going to get the same again today, but the weather's been wonderful. Been absolutely blessed. So let's get over to Kervaig so we can say we've officially been there. There we go, Kervaig Lighthouse. There's a little tea room just back there. I've just bumped into me German friend with his Scottish friend who was at the Bothy last night. They've actually finished now, and they get a minibus that can take them pretty much back to Durness. It's not the direction I'm going, unfortunately. But yeah, look at this. And the foghorn should just be round here somewhere. Yeah, I've just seen it. Oh man, the top of Scotland. I always envisaged Kervaig to be really severe weather when I came, you know, and you'd be kind of battling the elements and hankering down, but I've been so blessed. That German guy who was in the Bothy last night, who I was talking to, he looked absolutely knackered then, and he was telling me he used to be an endurance runner. He used to do the marathon in I think I've got to go around this way. He used to do the marathon in 2 hours 40 minutes. How mad's that? I used to do all kinds of endurance events, but even he was looking knackered. So not come a very good way yet. I have to try and squeeze through at the end. There we go. The foghorn at Cape Wrath. Everything else is south from Erdon. The very top of the United Kingdom. Ticked off, finally. I'll just give you another view from the foghorn because it'd be a shame to miss that. Looking down the entirety of the north coast of bonny Scotland. Right, let's get to that Bothy. If you ever do the Cape Wrath Trail, you'll finish by the lighthouse where I've just been, and then a minibus will take you from there back to a little jetty where you get a boat over to Durness, and this is the minibus. That German guy will be on there. I left them well over an hour ago, and they're just passing me now. So they're all happy. It was a bit mad really, because when I went in that tea room, they were all like half applauding me and stuff. And I'm like, what's going on? And they said, have you done the Cape Wrath Trail? I said, no, I've only walked up from Sandwood Bay. And they all looked dead disappointed. And I thought that deserved a round of applause in itself. Never mind, bloody umming and ahhing. So, yeah, not far now to the turn off for Kervaig Bothy. It's only probably about a kilometre away. Wow. Kervaig Bothy, everybody. Kervaig Bothy. The most northerly bothy in Scotland, and one that I've absolutely wanted to come to for years, and I just never thought I'd get the opportunity. What a location. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm seeing it on a day like today. Look at that. What an absolute privilege. I'm so happy to be here. That was a longer walk than I thought it was going to be from Cape Wrath. I'm so glad I put my tent up and not dragged all my gear here. I mean, obviously I could have camped outside, but then I'd have to just drag it all the way back towards Cape Wrath tomorrow. And yeah, for me heading south to Sandwood Bay. But oh my days, look at that. Let's get closer and have a proper look. If Carlsberg did Bothy's, oh honestly, it's the most stunning location of a Bothy I've ever seen. It's probably actually the best Bothy I've ever seen. It's like 2 Bothys in one. There's not actually anyone here. People are coming here though, because there was a German girl and 2 blokes who were at the tea house on Cape Wrath, and they're heading here tonight. I told them I was going, but I'm just nipping in. But look at this, absolutely stunning. I know I use that word a lot, but this is stunning. Oh, I'm so delighted. Even got its own resident sheep. Right, so there's 2 doors. So I'll take you in this one first. Like I said, it's like 2 Bothys, this side and the other. Right, so we come in. If we take the door to the right, it's like a little fireplace area, an air table and stuff. No sleeping platforms. That's just a cupboard with some stuff in that doesn't actually lead anywhere. And then you come into this other side, which does have a big sleeping platform. And then there's a door coming round here which just leads to a little room which I presume you can just keep your kit in here really. Lovely view out the window. Some stairs as well in this one. Oh, I can't believe I'm here. For years I've wanted to see this Bothy. It's actually better than I thought it'd be. It's more spacious anyway. So this, no sleeping platforms, but you can always just put an airbed down and your sleeping bags. And the same on this side. Do you know what? A lady actually died in here years and years ago. I don't really know the full story, but I know she died of starvation. She ended up stranded here somehow. Like I said, I don't know the circumstances behind it. But they found her dead in here and she'd been dead for quite a while. So I can only assume it must have been through winter time. Right, let's go back outside and go on the other side now. Hello, Hannes. Right, so let's have a look on this side. Come in. And you've got a little fireplace on this side and a couple of sleeping platforms, and that's it really for this side. Absolutely wonderful. Not much firewood in case anyone's hoping for a nice warm later on. But yeah, made up I've been here. The Kervaig Bothy logbook. I'm just gonna, no, I've not even got a pen. I was gonna write on Fozzie B was here. Right. Go back outside and just breathe it in again. What a place. What an absolute place. And that sea's like somewhere out of blooming Queensland, Australia. Kervaig, it has been absolutely a joy to come and visit you. I've just been sat here for a while, just being. It's a bit bittersweet because I don't think I'll ever be back. I think this is the one time in my life that I'll come here. I can't foresee another time that I'd need to now. I've come and I've ticked the box and I've seen it, and it's been absolutely everything I thought it would be. But it took me long enough. When I first seen pictures of this place years ago, I said one day I'm going to try and get to that. I don't care how hard it is to get to it, I will get to that Bothy. And but that was 20 years ago when I first seen a picture of this place, and it's took me that long to get here. And if it takes me another 20 years till I come again, that'll put me at being 76. Not happening, is it? But stunning. Privilege, absolute privilege. I'm going to take a nice stroll back to my tent now, and I've brought me whiskey as well. I'm going to have a few flipping whiskies tonight in that tent. I just appreciate that. I'm so blessed. So blessed. This is what camping at Kervaig sounds like. It's absolutely belting it down outside. Do you know what? I've been dry all day though, and I got in my tent when I got back from the Bothy, and I've been in about half an hour and then it started raining. So come on. Disconcertingly though, I've got a few drips coming through every so often. The Van Gogh Banshee, I've always kind of claimed these to be pretty bulletproof, but Don't let me down now, not at Cape Wrath. Do not let me down, tent. Great day today though, 2 big things ticked off in my life. Get to Cape Wrath, get to Kervaig, Bothy, done them both. Tired now, I'm having a few whiskies, but I don't think it'll be long till I'm in the land of Nod, hopefully, in this weather. Right guys, what day are we on? I don't know, day 7, 8. I've just left Cape Wrath and I'm now heading back to Sandwood Bay. I'm just showing you the kind of terrain you're walking on. I'm in the middle of that military firing range here. This is the range I've had to get permission to walk through, but there's absolutely no paths at all. You're just kind of trying to avoid the bogs and the pitfalls which are around every corner. And I'm pretty much just walking on a compass bearing in that direction. Once I get over the top of that hill, I should be able to see Sandwood Bay. But no sign of any people walking here. Look at that though, loads of footprints of deer. Loads of deer prints everywhere. But no people anywhere. Wonderful. Right, I've nearly got myself out of the military firing range. I've just had to cross this little gorge, but look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I had to cross this yesterday, but I crossed it in a different place. And it was a lot more perilous yesterday. This has been a much better climb down. That's the way I've come from. Weather's glorious again. So yeah, I think I'm going to end up at Sandwood Bay quite early actually. So I might just have a chill day today. Find a really nice camping spot. I've got my book. Get my book out. And just chill out. Have a chill out day. Weather's gorgeous. Try and get a nice spot out the wind. And carry on south in the car tomorrow. The only things I've really got left to do on this trip is I'd kind of put down camping outside of Loch Ness, but I went to Loch Ness the other year at the hidden valley of Glencoe, so weather permitting I'll do that heading south. But I've nearly ticked everything off that I've wanted to do, made up. And there she is in all her glory, Sandwood Bay, my destination for tonight. See the sea stack at the end. Oh, it's so windy. It is so windy up here. I need to find somewhere to tuck in tonight, possibly near Sandwood Lock behind the sand dunes. Right, I've arrived within striking distance of Sandwood Bay on my return leg. That was hard. That was an hard walk. Do you know, that seemed harder than going up there. I seem to go over more hills. Bloody nightmare. But look at this. Found a proper nice campsite. Forecast getting really windy. So I've kind of found this little divot. People have obviously camped here before because there's quite a few rocks cutting about that they've used to wear down the tent pegs. So the tent pegs don't come out in wind. And it's just a great spot and I'm bagging it. I'm having it. I'm just airing it out at the moment after last night's blooming downpour. Wasn't wet, but it just, the ground sheet got a bit damp. So yeah, I'm just airing it out. But stunning. What I'll do, I'll turn the camera around so you get a proper look exactly how it is. Right, so here we are, pitched up on this grassland, out the wind. That is Sandwood Lock over there, which is behind Sandwood Bay. I walked round that years ago, and you know what? It's massive. It's actually a lot bigger than I remember it. But just look at this. This is the Piste de Resistance. Just over the lip of this little hill. Sandwood Bay, everybody, look at that. It's already windy standing just even on that corner there. So I'm not too bad down here. Tucked out the way, away from anywhere, on my own little wild camping site. Anyone else comes here, they're getting told to move, simple as. I'll just show you a little bit of the wet kit, dry kit procedure. There's my feet looking very wet. Just took them out of these very muddy, soaking wet boots. So what I'm going to do now, because them boots are soaking wet, I've got 2 small bags, and literally you just put bags inside the boots, and then when I put my nice dry socks on, which are there waiting for me, hello, my feet won't get wet, they won't get wet because I'm putting them into the bags in my boots. Meanwhile, the ganking socks that I've just took off, I've just hung them there. Now whatever happens, if they're wet or dry in the morning, they're going on. This morning I had one that was still hanging on there and it was dry, and the other one had fell off and actually got blown outside and it was soaking wet. But they both went on, just the way it is. But now I've got dry socks to put on.